This is episode 26.
Are we live?
We're live.
Oh, let's go.
We're live.
We're
Let's
diving
go.
in.
My man Kevin Monangai.
My man.
He's got a rap sheet long enough. Giants, friggin' Villanova, 3-year starter. 4-year starter.
First year got mono.
I remember that.
Messing around.
Oh boy.
Yeah, bro.
Come on, wifey's
I
here.
know wifey's here.
Easy.
She
Come
knows.
on
She
now.
knows all about that. She knows it all.
So then Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah.
And then to the Eagles.
Well, Eagles first, then
Eagles, then Minnesota.
Yes, sir.
So Kev's been around, and then New York Giants, and after that, coach there.
Staff, yeah.
So Kev's been all around. Kev's family. I call him a brother. So
Absolutely.
and we got our buddy here, my brother Nikolai Bujnowski, back on the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Only.
What's up?
Virginia Tech's finest.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So Kev, welcome.
Thank you, man. Happy to be here.
So we want to have you on because again, you have an awesome rap sheet. I mean, professional football. Villanova. No joke. 4-year starter. So.
Thank you, man.
Want to have you on, bring some football light to the podcast because, again, we started this podcast for health and wellness, but after a while it gets redundant with the health and wellness. We want to bring some tough-nosed football guys on, help our clients out, give some information to the people. So welcome.
Thank you, man. Happy to be here.
How's life been so far?
It's been good, I'm recently married last June. And,
Yep. Congrats.
Thank you, man. Yeah, this was crazy.
Yeah, we got
You funny. Yeah, man. It's been well. 2022 is off to a start.
Good.
Yeah.
And then also, too, Kevin's little brother is the running back for Rutgers. So
You have to have him on.
we do.
We gotta
that
get
would
him
have been
on.
great if we both.
That'd be nuts. That'd be nuts.
Nah. But we gotta. I'll come back and we can do.
We got to get Auntie Gwen on.
Yeah. Oh wow.
We got to get Auntie Gwen on.
You're trying to do something serious.
That's a squad.
Yeah.
But Kevin's mom is the best. I call her auntie for a reason. She's just an awesome woman.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you, man.
Kev, talk to us about, Villanova. I mean, also, too, we have some kids that listen to the podcast that play sports, so I like to give them some advice, too. I mean, you played from the top of the top. So, I mean, we can even start with Cobra. You play with Cobras, right?
No, I wish.
Oh,
I
you
played
were at
with the
West Essex.
West
That's
Essex
right. That's
Cowboys,
right.
yeah. Had we known better, I would have been with the Cobras.
Yeah,
but
100%.
Kyle,
Yeah.
So, talk to us about that.
Yeah, it was. I mean, man, I actually kind of had to, I don't want to say manipulate, but I had to really go through a family friend, to get my parents to let me play football. They didn't want me to play, only wanted me to be in school and do well. And they finally cracked. Like, listen, if they want to take you, they'll take you. And the rest was kind of history. I ended up kind of running around, people doing my thing, but. Lo and behold, 10 years later, my parents said they didn't even think I was good at the time because you're running around all these white kids. I'm like, oh wow, thanks for believing in me.
But they were dead wrong.
They were dead wrong. Yeah. Then high school comes, Seton Hall prep.
Yeah. And then you play with my cousin Connor, Bojack at Seton Hall.
That was I would say 80% of the reason I had all the yards I had.
Yeah.
We just blast kids out the way.
But, dude, that Seton Hall team was legit. You guys were no joke that year.
Yeah, bro.
I know we're fast-forwarding from West Essex and whatnot, but that Seton Hall high school team, I remember, so before you guys, before our families even met, I met you through Connor, through the Bojacks.
Down the shore.
Down the shore, but I remember your game at West Orange. You guys were playing... I don't know if it was Bosco. I forget who you guys were playing. It was a playoff game, but I was so little. But I remember you came over to the sidelines and you said, "I'm scoring this next play."
Wow.
You said something, and then the next play you guys ran a dive.
Yeah.
You blew through the defensive line, blew through the linebackers, the safety stiffed arm, and you took it back to the house.
Yeah.
And then after that, I remember we're down the shore. I was 6th grade going to 7th or 7th going to 8th. I was a little kid. Around all these big football players, and you guys forced me to play football. you got to play. You'll meet a bunch of people. It's good for you. Blah blah blah. So then years later, I remember I'm at a Cobras game and watching this little kid, Kyle Monangai, run all over the field. And I remember being a kid, and to the kid to the left of me, very respectful, talking to a mom, super respectful. You were home for some reason. I think it was the mono.
Yeah, probably was.
And I just remember this kid was so nice, blah, blah, blah. It turns out it was you.
Oh, wow.
It was Kevin Monangai. Then years later, you and Kyle became close. Our moms became close.
Yeah, it's
crazy. And then here we are.
Essex County, man. You can't escape people. It's like,
you can't.
It's
you
crazy.
can't. And we had just had Freddie Hill on the podcast. He was Rutgers basketball coach, college basketball coach in Seton Hall. We were just talking about Jersey guys.
Yeah.
And how many athletes come out of New Jersey.
It's insane.
I feel like we get slept on. He didn't think so, but the dinners that I have, it's always about Texas and Florida.
Yeah.
But, dude, we produce a ton of great athletes.
Year after
you
year.
being one of them.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that.
Got you, bro. Come on.
Yeah, you hype me up. I'm trying to come lower. You know?
You're also super humble, too. So
Thank you.
So you go to Seton Hall. You light it up there.
Yeah.
And then you get the offer from Villanova.
Yeah, it was a hard fought battle because my junior year, which is the big year of recruiting, Nikolai knows everybody. You know, I was leading the state in rushing about the 7th game of the year.
Oh, I know you're about to tell us.
Yeah, you know.
I know this.
I'm playing Irvington High School, man. Irvington High School. I'm like, it was like a rainy day. I don't know why I'm like trying to cast this like gloomy backdrop, but it low key was, And I just fell off that day, And for some reason, I run maybe 2-3 plays, and a pile starts up. And one of the defensive players, twists my ankle, like grabs it and rolls, and so I end up getting a 3rd-degree high ankle sprain. Season's pretty much done. I come back for the play. I
want addresses.
Couldn't even tell you social security numbers and everything.
But you twisted your ankle.
Yeah, man, and that was like all the schools that were gonna offer me: Boston College, Syracuse, Maryland. I had they pulled back. Didn't hear a phone call back from nobody. So went into senior year with no offers, really no hope, and on the outside looking in, but obviously that self-belief has to kick in, and of course ended up having like over 2,000 yards,
you crushed
30 touchdowns.
You crushed it.
Yeah,
it's like rookie mode on Madden.
It was crazy.
Can you hear me on the sound?
You're still loud.
I'm good. Okay, all right. I just want to make sure because I'm a one-man show today, so I just want to make sure the editing process is smooth. But anyway, so you lay it up there.
Yeah.
And then the first, we only have to go through the whole village because that's a whole podcast in itself.
No doubt.
Who was the first team to even reach out to you?
NFL team or
NFL?
So it's interesting. So I had a tryout official tryout with the Eagles. They were probably the first one to bite. But I went to a day, like a workout day.
The pro day,
with the Jets.
With the Jets, okay.
Yeah, the New York Jets. Typical, all the guys that were good in high school were there. It was really interesting. A couple, Tony Jones from Bosco, if you remember him. So it was cool getting to see everybody again. But I went to that, didn't really hear anything after. Then went to a similar thing with the Eagles. Then right after the draft happens, no phone call, go undrafted. And then maybe a day after the draft, my agent calls me and says that the Eagles want to bring me in for rookie minicamp, but on a tryout basis. I wanted a contract, but I'm like, dude, that's my crack, that's all you want. So I go in there and crush it, man. But they had just signed DeMarco Murray.
Yep.
Ryan Matthews. They had Sproles at the time. So
legit guys.
Exactly, dude. Between those three, they were spending $70 million on their contract. So it's a heavy. It becomes a business at that point. It's like, do we like you? But we already have our money put at this position. So the coach is like, take my number, stay in touch all summer. Who knows? Something may happen.
I remember you were working out like a friggin' animal. You're at the Franco's. You post everything, squatting.
Just
today.
Today.
I'm getting back in the swing of things, man. Listen.
The phone might ring.
Yeah.
Kev's moving. He's moving.
Thank you,
out on the field, weight room.
Gotta get to work.
Of course, you got it.
So wait, what does a NFL tryout look like?
That's a great question.
Tryout.
So step by step, I guess.
Yeah, like this. You show up to the facility, or what do you do?
Show up. Usually they bring you in the day before. You sleep at a hotel.
Yeah.
And you bring you through physical. Strip you down, break. Bend you a little bit. Make sure you don't break.
We're talking about Rikers Island.
Exactly. There might be some weird stuff, but they do that. Once you pass your physical, then they bring you on the field for a 40 usually. Some field work, running back. You're gonna run your angle routes, your flats, your wheels, all that kind of stuff. And your 40 is like we were talking about it today at the gym. It's like the SAT of football. Yeah, it's the standardized test. Yeah, if you run well, everything else kind of falls into place.
Exactly.
Dude, I was having lunch with an ex-Giants player, Super Bowl champ. Yeah. I showed him his D lineman who ran the 4.32.
4.35.
4.35.
Wow. I told him.
And he looked at it. He goes, "Man, he might not be good at D line, but he's going to be playing strong safety."
Exactly. Like they'll do something with him.
They'll find his spot.
Yeah. So you can't teach speed, is what they say. So that's typically what an NFL workout looks like.
I got you.
And hopefully you get
that's
a phone
dope.
call.
That's dope.
Yeah, so
Dude, it's a long it's a grind. I mean,
it is, especially being undrafted.
Yeah, it's hard.
And so I work all that summer. Right out of college, graduated from Nova. I'm working. Then I think a week before training camp, my agent's like, "Hey, man, doesn't really look like anything's gonna happen." This is like on a Monday. That Wednesday, I get a phone call. I literally was like 8 in the morning. I always remember this. Clearly,
of course.
I'm like,
It's a big part of your life.
dude, it's crazy.
It's
like,
huge.
8 a.m. I hear my phone ring. I pick up, and someone goes, well, it was at the time, I forgot, what is his name? It's not Howie Roseman, but the guy who was GM when Chip was there.
Yeah.
He calls me. He's like, yo, we want to, as the GM of the Philadelphia Eagles, we want to offer you a contract. I thought it was one of my friends pulling my
You're
leg,
already in your
bro.
car.
Yeah.
He's in his car packed, ready to go.
Dude, I was like, wow, it was surreal. The family was super excited.
That was in the summertime, right?
Summertime.
Yeah,
like,
I remember I was on the beach, and someone called me, and I was on the beach, and you got that call.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
It was insane. Then, go through training camp, end up leading the team in rushing. I'm like 5th overall in the league in rushing as well. So
Yep.
it was a nice run, and then kind of just on and off for the next year or so.
And then Minnesota.
Yeah, in Minnesota because Coach Shermer, who ended up bringing me in with the Vikings, he brought me in with the Vikings and the Giants, but he went from Philly to the Vikings, and that was a big part of me going there.
That's insane.
Yeah.
So cool. And then you had your stint as a coach with the Giants.
Yeah, man.
That was awesome.
That was a trip.
I was like, we're getting tickets.
Yeah, come on in. Come on in.
But that was awesome too, dude. Because that was what, Saquon's first or second year?
Second year.
How was like being around him?
Oh, it was awesome. He's a great dude. Super talented.
Nice.
Yes, he is. He is super talented. Obviously that kind of speaks for itself.
Of course. He's got legs like tree trunks.
Dude,
like
it's actually kind of
insane.
freaky. Yeah,
I thought your legs were big. You have huge legs, but this guy.
No, his calves are like.
Yeah, it's like, dude, and he's fast too. It's not like it's like
quick.
size for just size's sake.
I remember the meme. Like he was playing golf before he got drafted. He was playing golf, and he had these shorts on.
Oh,
yeah, he loves
and
those.
somebody's comment was, "What's he trying to drive a bowling ball?"
Seriously, dude. Yeah.
Saquads.
Saquads.
Yeah.
But dude, I remember you went on a visit to Penn State, and we went to the locker room or into the gym, to the training facility, and Franklin was there shaking hands. I shook his hand for a second. And they have all the records up on the wall.
Yeah.
And you see for every lift, hang clean, deadlift, bent, Saquon. It's like
insane.
he broke every record.
I don't doubt it.
It's insane.
Yeah.
He's getting hurt and whatnot. I hope he has a great career.
For sure.
I mean, it's a long, long, long road.
Yes.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
But dude, that's awesome. And then dude, listen, you're great, but you got a little brother coming up too.
Listen, I'll be
Dude,
seeing him.
Kyle.
He keeps me young. Like he comes home from work or not from work, from school, and I'm like,
it's work.
dude. I'm like, hold on, let me go to the gym real quick.
Yeah. Dude, he's lighting it up. Like,
Yes,
I'm so happy for him.
Yeah.
Like for the football season, I'm watching Alfonso, my brother, Jose, and Kyle. Like I got all these schedules I'm watching. I'm watching his game. It's just crazy. To just see him lighting it up like his big brother, dude. It's awesome.
Dude, he's got a great head on the shoulder.
Dude, he has a bright future.
Yes.
I have a question.
Yeah,
So,
man, of course.
when in like your career did you know I'm that guy?
That guy. So it's funny you say that because there's definitely a transition. I was talking.
When's
with
your
one
birthday?
It was last Friday, March 4th.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
What year?
1993.
That's when he knew. That's when he knew.
You're a shot.
That's when he knew, baby.
You're funny. Nah, honestly, dude, it takes like some time because like in
Yeah.
college, let's kind of at high school. I'll go ahead even to high school because the cycle repeats itself. You know? Where you kind of, all right, am I even gonna make the team, or am I even gonna be a guy who's gonna start?
Yeah.
Now it goes from starting to, am I gonna be a guy that like can play at this level? Right.
Yeah.
Then once you realize you can play, it's like, all right, am I better than most people? Then you start looking at other people at your position, stats. Dude, I was like obsessive of like I would, for instance, we had in college, Terrence West and I were like the bigger running backs in our conference. If he would run for 100 yards, I'm like, shoot, I'm about to run for 250. Yeah, bro. Yeah, so it was interesting. And then in the league, I was practice squad mostly, kind of just trying to break through, but the same thing would have happened.
Yeah.
I'm sure that feeling you get of like that cycle we just talked about in the NFL is probably on a whole nother level because the bag is waiting for you on the other side of that, So yeah, man. So it's a cycle.
I knew when you stepped foot in Nova, you knew you were that guy.
Not yet. I can't listen. There's self belief, but then there's like you can believe whatever you want to believe
until you prove it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Reality doesn't mirror that.
I got you.
You're just delusional.
Yeah.
So definitely don't.
My question too is like, what's that first time strapping up in an NFL locker room?
What
was that like?
I'm not even. I was telling my wife about this the other day. Honestly, we were after I signed my contract with Philly. They're like, all right, man, go down to the locker room. Your stuff's there for you. So I go down to the locker room, get my stuff. They're like, all right, well, everyone's having lunch. Go into the cafeteria. So I go into the cafeteria. I've met celebrities before and stuff, but like it was just different because like I walk into the cafeteria, at a table is DeMarco, Sam Bradford, Miles Austin.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, I was just playing with you on Madden. Like, I was like, oh snap, like
That's awesome.
But like that's me internally. On the outside, I'm like, yo, what's up, guys? Like,
yeah.
But it's like, and then you just get used to it, and But I think there's that. It's a level of like you never can get comfortable, and I think
that's funny you say that.
To a certain degree, I think I did get comfortable, right? And not that lack of comfortability, if that's a word, excuse me. It helps drive and kindle that fire that you need to make it and sustain it, So.
Yeah, because again, the one guy I'm talking with right now, we're doing a deal together.
Yeah.
He said like the first time, his first play, like you just don't get used to the speed.
Yeah.
The speed is just so quick.
Mm-hmm.
You try to get used to it. You're years and years into the league, and it's hard to get used to it.
Yeah.
Because the guys are moving so quick. Like I'm looking at stats and guys like. You have safeties now at 235 coming downhill.
Bruh.
That's crazy.
Running
Fours, 4 3s, like
And just the training is getting better and better. The coaching is getting better and better.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
What's like? I mean, the first time you got in this year, I was like, dude, what was that like? You were like, I blacked out. Like it's all muscle memory.
Yeah. It's an out of body experience.
Yes.
I don't remember actually like doing what I did.
So you watch it on film.
You go like I swear to God, it was a 6-play drive, like inside zone, power, inside zone. Then we broke it off for like a 60-yard run.
Oh wow!
Then that feels great.
And then we scored, and I was going crazy, like on film, like going nuts.
Yeah.
But I get off the sideline, I'm like, what am I doing right now? I'm looking at the stadium. I'm like, wait, what?
Like this is happening.
Yes, it's crazy.
It is, man.
Crazy.
What about me in the freaking stands?
Yeah, you're like, yo,
I was home watching it. I was home. I was going crazy because I remember they ran behind him on the goal line for a touchdown. I'm like, oh my god. I was speechless. I was like, oh, that's my brother.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Have you ever gotten run into in your back by a running back?
Oh, that's the most painful thing.
You don't like that?
No. Is there like were you talking about like
I'm like a goal line play?
Oh yeah,
like,
no,
something
yeah,
like that,
yeah.
Like,
that's always awesome.
It kind of just happened.
Yeah, but I thought you were talking about like actually like that hurts.
Oh, that's happened too. Just like straight
bad.
up, like
right in the low back. Where there's no pad.
Yeah,
terrible.
You need that back pad, bro.
Yeah.
The
back flap.
Get some swag.
It's cool talking to both of you guys too, because you guys are way two different positions.
Yeah.
And like I'm talking to Nikolai, like,
sorry.
Like no, you're good. You can take phone calls in here.
Yeah.
It's a laid back podcast.
Awesome.
Like how is it like when a guy comes to like the A gap and he's got to go head to head to some middle linebacker, dude? Like that's got to be rough.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I'm asking you. Yeah, you just got to deal with it.
Yeah, I mean it's just regular. It happens all the time.
Yeah.
So
I'll ask you guys this question too, because I asked Freddie: Is sports just a game to you guys?
To a certain degree.
To a certain degree.
Yeah, it's afforded a lot of things in my life. A lot of opportunities. So there's the extra. You're right. But I think it definitely starts as more. I think you need that passion to kind of take you,
of course,
further.
Because again, I see parents and some coaches like to younger kids like, guys, it's just a game. To me, it's like it's not really just because it's more than that. You make friendships for life. I mean, that's how you learn your first lessons in life. So to me, it's like more than that because I still take my sports experience into business as well.
Yes.
So you always try to get better, and you put up a non-athlete versus an athlete. I take the athlete all day long. And there's some companies that want to see you play sports as well.
100%.
So, and then that takes it to you got your Series 7 too, right?
N63.
N63. So I mean, you're no slouch when it comes to finance too.
Thank you.
And that's again, I think that comes from sports as well. Just that work ethic to do that. Because I remember when you were studying for it as well.
Yeah.
And then you were at what? Was it JP?
Merrill Lynch.
Or Merrill Lynch.
Yep, Merrill Lynch. Yep.
And then you left there, and then now you're doing another little NFT business.
Well, so I do a lot of different things. I guess my wife's always like, dude, just get off the phone, like But
he's got work.
I got work.
He's got work.
But right now I'm working
at this roof.
I do.
No, I'm about to hurt.
Yeah, I'm working at Capital One right now.
Nice.
In financial technology, working in their machine learning division as a scrum master, which is essentially like a project manager, right?
Yeah.
Like I help the engineers deliver value as efficiently as possible. But
Capital One's big into that too.
Oh, dude, they pride themselves on being a technology company that happens to be in finance. So
yeah, I see like the lounges now too, like the coffee. So like, that's the way banking should be.
Yeah, man.
In my opinion.
Yeah, like a concierge.
Going in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
You see now with cars, like I was on the phone with someone from Ferrari today because I'm trying to get him on the podcast.
Because you're trying to get a Ferrari. Yeah, I see.
Yeah,
you.
well,
I see.
I don't got that Kevin Monangai money.
Yeah. I received that though. I'll take
Let
it.
me put the Eagles for a contract here. But no, we're saying because he's moving to a Rutherford location. It's not for Ferrari, but they're doing like the whole lounge feel. Like it's not going to be like that car salesman kind of thing.
Right.
And another guy, Brian Benstock, I'm trying to get on from Paragon Honda, and he's working with Google right now to make like humanless car dealerships where you go in, you order your car, and it just comes out like on
like Carvana.
Yeah, like a Carvana kind of thing.
Okay.
And that's where like business is headed because people don't like the face-to-face.
Dude,
I like it.
Me too, personally.
We're old school when it comes to that stuff. Yeah. But like the world's changing. It's crazy.
People thought it was sweet, I'm gonna collect my unemployment. No, they're replacing you. That's what they're doing.
Literally.
Yeah.
And I was talking to another real estate guy in the city. Is like only 30% of these offices are coming back to the office.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
What are they gonna do with all this room?
Yeah.
So
save millions of dollars on your lease, as a company and all that. But
we'll see what's gonna happen.
Yeah, man, I'm big into crypto and blockchain though, for
sure.
Me too, I'm
all in.
Yeah, it is the future. Like
1,
I mean, it's here already.
Let me ask you one question: are we getting more technology sound or less? We're getting more by far.
Yeah, I mean, I think most people really don't understand what's happening already and what's about to happen the next like 2 to 3 and 10 years even. Like
it's gonna get wild.
Yeah, man.
It's gonna get wild.
Smart
it's decentralized.
cities.
Nobody runs it, which is great.
Yeah.
There's no manipulation. It's just it is what it is.
Yeah. It's just so it'll be interesting to see how regulation kind of plays in, because the government, the powers that be, they've had their centralized control for thousands of years now, and they're not going to give that up very easily. Yeah. So
when the communist countries shut it down, it's got some legs behind it. Like Russia, China, we're shutting this thing down.
But what's great, they can't even do that really.
They really can't.
Yeah,
I mean, the mining,
the
mining they could do. They could just like a cocaine shop.
Exactly.
Like they could go in and infiltrate,
and shut it down. But you can't shut down.
It's decentralized. Yeah. It's power to the people, which is a beautiful thing.
Did you ever see a mining setup?
Oh yeah,
it's crazy. Crazy.
Yeah. It's a lot of power too.
Yeah.
You usually find these locations in like northern parts of country where it's cold because they want it somewhat outdoors.
Yeah.
To cool it off, but. Elon was talking about it, and that's why like Bitcoin 8 months ago dipped because it is somewhat bad for the environment. I mean, Ethereum 2.0 is coming out, so it should help with the gas fees. But dude, we'll see. I mean, I think it's a better way of transacting.
Yeah,
I think it's definitely the future.
Ethereum gas fees are worse than the gas fees we're paying at the pump right now.
Dude, we're going to get our gas from Venezuela.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't been keeping up. Yeah,
it's not good. But anyway,
you own any NFTs?
Yeah, I do actually.
Which one?
Bitcoin Billionaires.
Okay.
I love that name. That was like my first NFT kind of foray, but I think I kind of missed the hype, honestly. Like, CryptoPunks was huge, Bored Ape Yacht Club, all those things.
Beeple was huge.
Yep, Beeple.
I'm talking actually. So the one kid with our project, I call him like one of the pioneers because he was behind. He started this a year ago, back in February. So it's just cool to see all these projects come about.
Yeah.
What else you got?
World of Women.
That's a big one.
Yeah, I was looking at that. But so NFTs are very illiquid. So like I like things that NFTs you could probably buy and then it'll probably appreciate like over time.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But if you're really trying to make a splash play, like make some cash, like I think cryptocurrency, actual tokens make more sense.
100%.
You know what I mean? Because there's a liquid market that you can jump in, jump out.
Yeah.
If it goes up 20%, you can cash out.
Exactly.
Whereas you always got to find a buyer for the NFT. Yeah. So it's harder to offload it.
Exactly.
But I think there's a couple. I actually just launched a crypto project of my own. What was it, March 5th? Yeah, it's called Bridge.
Really?
Me and a couple of my boys, it's essentially Well, it's the biggest, I guess, value proposition or value add for it is to build passive income for our holders, right? Yeah. Passive income to bridge the world of dividends and crypto.
Yeah.
Because just by holding the token, you get paid in stable coins based on a percentage of the volume, right? And a percentage of the total supply that you hold. We're also about to launch a yield farming protocol to add an additional passive income stream. And eventually the long-term vision is to have real world payments in crypto, from crypto to fiat on-ramp. So you could take out a card, your bridge card, go to pay for my wife's hair, your gas, and it would be crypto. Smart. So crypto to fiat on-demand conversion, just like that. Sick. So we're talking right now with government level developers. One of our developers we're kind of courting, if you want to say. Yeah. He works at the NSA right now. So if anybody's listening, I'm just this
podcast is done now. This is gonna get shut down. Yeah. All right, guys.
Yeah, man. But it's heavy duty stuff. So we went from an initial market cap of $500 all the way to over $700,000 in literally 48 hours. Jeez. You know, so we're sitting right now at about.
That's no joke,
dude. It was a crazy run up, and
that's awesome.
We're not done. So I think we retraced because people took initial profit, and we're sitting at a floor of about 125K before I came on. Right now.
That's
so
sick.
Yeah, we have an AMA tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard. So
beautiful.
Yeah, man.
Dude, I love this space. Like I spent my 15 hours back in August learning about it because when there's kids making all this money and they're talking finance that I'm not understanding, like, all right, it's time to hit the books
There's
here.
something, exactly.
There's something here. Like, once I saw, like, the beeple go off and I saw the world changing, I'm like, you got to look into this.
Yeah, man.
And, again, what you just said, most people won't understand because they didn't spend the time. They didn't do the homework to do it. But the world's about to change. Like, dude, once you realize this, my jaw dropped. I'm like, holy shit.
Dude, it's crazy.
It's... You have something to say?
I mean, I take the credit for showing you NFTs, but it's whatever. No,
I love it.
It's whatever.
You get your kickbacks, believe me. You'll get them.
Yeah, right?
I'm working on a project, so I can't announce it just yet. But once it's ready to go, it's going to be... He knows about it. I can tell him.
Awesome. It's going to be dope.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, sick. Sick. Sick.
Real world usage?
Yes.
Real world. And that's so... My thesis is, and I agree with Gary V. And it's cool because we're studying like the same stuff. So when Gary posts something like... We're all on the same page.
Yeah.
Like I believe that 98% of these will go to zero.
For
just
sure.
like how the internet was back in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
You're going to get into this space. Everyone's going to call you crazy because they don't understand it. Yep. It's going to crash. They're going to say, I told you so. And then 06 hits, and they're back to being millionaires again.
Yes.
So I think the same thing is going to happen here. I think that with your project and our project, it has real-world use, so it's going to weather the storm, so to speak.
Exactly.
These, apes they look like they're on drugs will not last.
No shot.
But it's all about the community base too, which is great. But you have to correlate some other things into it. So once we launch, the guy I'm launching it with and the team we have behind us is just like you guys. I think it's the real deal, and I'm super excited.
Awesome, man.
And I like the people that are in the space as well. Like it's not like your regular average finance people.
No.
It's got smart people.
Yeah.
It's some smart kids behind it, and I'm excited.
That's so when are you guys looking to launch?
We're
ideally
we're signing off on everything Monday.
Okay.
We're dealing in ETH, so we got to do all that stuff. And
God bless you.
It's going to be for the guy who I'm working with that we're leveraging off of. I got to show him the ETH and whatnot, the Coinbase and whatnot. So it's going to take 3-4 weeks for the build out of the Discord, security, whatnot, all that good stuff.
When can we share this? Like what?
About a month.
About
3 weeks to a month, we'll be able to launch it, and then I gotta.
Let me know, bro. I'll share it on my socials and stuff.
Dude, it's gonna be sick.
Yeah, man.
It's gonna be absolutely sick. We also have our first guest. Looks like he's ready to go too. I don't want to drop his name yet. But we all know him.
Yeah. You told me on the law. I'll keep it quiet.
Yeah. But dude, it's an awesome space.
Awesome. That's dope.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah. But as far as like my retirement plan. These are like 3 coins you really gotta. They're not. I call them coins because that's what they have tokens. Yeah. But it truthfully, dude, this is like the equivalent of. I explained it. This is how I explained it to my wife. It's like imagine every time you use the internet, right? You required a token, and every time you clicked on a page, it required that token. And every person that uses the internet has to hold that token in order for that token to be used. And when they use the internet, it burns or decreases the supply of that token, and that token is more scarce than Bitcoin.
Yep.
And we see where Bitcoin's at price wise.
Yeah.
So Quant Network, bro.
Yeah.
QNT. Pretty much, it is the future, man. It's literally gonna be what connects everything. Know, because the big problem with blockchain, one of the reasons why it hasn't been mass adopted, is because blockchains operate in silos, right? Like there's no way for them to communicate. And the ability for blockchains to communicate with one another is called interoperability. And Quant Network has solved interoperability with the world's first and only patented blockchain operating system. So instead of adding an additional blockchain in between two blockchains for them to communicate, it's a layer on top of it. So it's future-proof. It literally can communicate. It can connect the traditional system and the new system that's being created.
Okay.
So it's gonna be huge, bro. Their CEO used to be the director of security at MasterCard. He's worked at the Federal Reserve Bank of England and America.
Jeez.
Dude is on their board of directors. Is the managing director of Rockefeller Capital.
Really?
The Rockefeller.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. Well, even like the Rothschild family bought like 8% of the XRP shares out there.
Really?
Yeah, they're big into XRP.
Bro, we were just before we got off. Yeah, XRP is this is all smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
The SEC case is.
They
smoke
have
and mirrors.
because dude, they investigate because they don't know what the hell it is.
Yeah.
Like,
because XRP is gonna take over the world essentially.
Is Quant on Coinbase?
Quant's on a bunch of places. You can buy it on KuCoin, probably I think Coinbase. I'm not sure, but
Okay.
Uphold too.
Stop using Coinbase, bro.
Yeah.
They're owned by the SEC. Like,
Yeah, they could shut it down.
What do you
whatever.
use?
Me personally, I like to use decentralized exchanges. You know?
Okay.
Like Binance. Is Binance one of them?
I don't use Binance. I use like KuCoin. Yeah. I use decentralized exchanges for specific.
Yeah,
reasons.
yeah,
Like,
of course,
you know?
of course.
Decentralized is always better.
But for the viewers too, like it's very important to when you research these things, they have to do something. Like it can't be like a Dogecoin where it's backed by nothing.
For sure.
Doge to the moon.
Don't trip.
No,
I'm
yeah.
gonna put my money in those.
Yeah,
I made some money off Doge.
yeah. You can, but I mean, risk. You
It's
know,
risky, yeah, for sure.
but at least like Bitcoin's the first. It's like it is like gold of the internet. It's the
yes.
first currency.
For sure.
Ethereum is like buying the internet.
Yeah.
It's just like buying Wi-Fi because you build things off of it.
Yeah.
XRP, we all know what that is. So, dude, I love this space,
Yes,
dude.
bro.
It's so cool.
It is.
So what else you got?
And XDC. XDC. They are digitizing or tokenizing the traditional or trade finance sector. Trade finance is a $19 trillion sector, bro. So if they capture only 10% of that,
19 trillion?
19 trillion.
Yeah, it's
trade
no joke.
finance is and it's gonna go up to about 24 to 26 trillion.
Yeah.
If they right now it's trading at 5 cents.
Really?
If they capture 10% of that $19 trillion market, which is gonna expand by 2025,
Yeah.
it will go from 5 cents to $100.
I'm gonna write this down.
You ever see The Big Short?
Yeah, I love that.
I feel like this is like the scene where they're in the office pitching the guy. He's like, of course my numbers are right. This is my quantitative.
Look at him. He won a math competition in China.
He doesn't even speak English.
You're crazy.
Wait, you said it's XND?
XDC.
Oh, XDC.
Yeah, XDC. It's built by Zinfin Network. Bro, they're plugged up. Like it's crazy. So it's Quant, XRP, and XDC. That's the retirement plan. Right
I'm like,
Noted.
97% of my net worth is all in crypto.
Oh,
and
it's
people call me
fantastic.
crazy. I'm like, no, I'm good, thanks.
They're crazy.
You put your money into Celsius too? The crypto
I
bank?
haven't. So I heard they got into some trouble with staking and all that stuff. Or I think they're dope. Like them, Nexo, a couple other
Because
borrowing.
BlockFi was like the first one to come out.
Yeah.
These are all have like Hoboken, Jersey City too. Though.
Oh, wow.
Their headquarters are there, so I can knock on their door if my crypto gets
Bro, what's up with this?
they're not into Tahiti where I gotta hop on a flight. Go, I just lost all this money, but. BlockFi got into trouble too because they could hold your holdings up until like 60 days or something. I'm like, no. That's why everyone moved to Celsius.
Right.
So they're all getting into trouble, but whatnot. But I like to stake it and get some of that recurring revenue.
It's like, listen, you want to stay in traditional finance, earn your 0.0001% yield on your savings
You gotta
account.
live 170 years.
Yeah, go ahead. You know, inflation's eating that up.
Exactly.
And dude, that's why, like, as Americans or as anybody, you have a right to preserve your wealth, and this is one way of doing it. Because right now we're spitting some finance knowledge on a weight loss podcast, but inflation destroys anyone who doesn't hold assets.
100%.
Like assets in an inflationary period, assets go up.
Yeah.
Real estate, stuff like this, stocks and whatnot. Some stocks, but
Right.
if you're just sitting in cash, dude, you're getting steamrolled right now, especially with gas and inflation, dude.
Yeah.
And inflation, the percentage is different for everybody. Like if you're sitting on assets, your inflation is different than a guy working 9 to 5,
100%.
making $800 a week, sitting on a savings of 10,000.
Exactly.
You're getting devalued, and we're printing nonstop.
Right.
We're printing nonstop.
But we want to blame it on Russia and automobiles.
Yeah, we won't get into that. We'll get canceled.
So we literally printed 40% of the entire money supply in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
What did you think was going to happen?
Dude, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Dude, when you think about that, it's insane.
It's math.
And like the modern monetary theory, it's pretty much states, and to explain it simply, but if you're the leading economy, you could print as much as you want.
For sure.
But if you're suppressed and you're locking down businesses and whatnot, you got to stop printing.
Yeah.
And we're at a point right now where it's
both.
like, we're doing both. It's like the chickens are going to come home to roost here soon. What are we going to do?
Yeah, man.
So it's going to be interesting to see, but
the only way the only out the dollar has, and I think it's all smoke and mirrors, but that's a whole other conversation, is a digital dollar. That's the only way they can do it.
People are saying that too. Yeah. People are saying that. I mean, I don't know, dude. Only time will tell. Nothing surprised me anymore either.
No.
If I told you 4 years ago the whole world's going to shut down, no sports, you can't go to work, businesses shut down, you'd call me crazy, but it happened.
I wouldn't have, but true. But I'm me.
Listen, Kev's ready to go at home. Like, he's ready to go.
Ready to go. Come on.
What's it called? Doomsday preppers should come over to your house.
No. I live in an undisclosed location.
I know when shit hits the fan, my first call is to Kev.
Yeah, man, I'll be gone.
I'll call him. This number has been disconnected for the past 6 years. Like, what? I just spoke to him. There's no social security number.
No, it's not me.
That's great. Oh, my God. But, dude, we got to get Kyle on this podcast when he comes home.
We do.
We'd love to have him on.
Yeah.
I got some big hopes for him. It's cool because a lot of guys are now in, like, The Rock, as you know. But, like, 3 Ice is coming out. And my good buddy is playing hockey for 3 Ice. Okay. Been in the works for, like, 5-6 years. The right guys are finally behind it. Mm-hmm. Our cameras are good. Bunch of guys, bunch of money's being put behind it, and it's just 3-on-3 hockey, goalies and whatnot. It's a faster pace of hockey, and it's picking up some steam right now. They're going to travel to all the big cities, Vegas, Miami, and New York. Yeah. Player pay is awesome. Yeah. Like if they win, I believe that game they'll all get wired like $137,000 for that game.
Wow. Jeez. Per game?
No. If they win the tournament.
Okay.
But they're getting paid handsomely. Yeah, all throughout. Because they're expecting. Like guys, girls, whoever, to come out and watch like high-paced hockey. Yeah. And hockey, playoff hockey, as we know, is great to watch. It's so much fun to watch. So I'm excited for the XFL, all these leagues coming out. Dude, it's cool.
Point, I think the Rock, the dude is a winner. Whatever you think about him,
he's a winner.
He's a winner.
He's a workaholic.
He's not putting his name on anything that's not going to succeed.
Yes.
I think the problem the XFL had was Vince. No, I wouldn't say the problem, but where they could have been better is that Vince was the only person bankrolling it. Whereas this time, a venture capital firm, Danny Garcia and The Rock, all wealthy people within their own right. They're going to make sure this thing is
works.
Done right.
Yeah. It works. Because, again, like we talk about, like there's such a small percentage that gets that next level. There's still a lot of talented guys that don't make it. And there's also a lot of guys that should be there that maybe either got passed over or money because it's a business.
For sure.
You're still going to watch some great football. It's going to take a lot of time for the fans to recognize which teams or whatnot. But it's going to be awesome to watch.
Yeah. I had a couple friends who played in 2020 when it was around.
Yeah.
I forget.
And COVID crushed them.
Yeah. But they said it was no different than NFL. But these guys were played in the NFL at one point. They said the fan environment, everything. But I think in certain markets, it does better than others. Like DC, who has no football team. I mean, they have the Redskins or
Commanders.
Thank you. I almost forgot their name.
Oh, yeah, bring some up, too. Because I bought 9 Adrian Peterson jerseys with the Redskins on it, and I'm sitting on them.
Oh, why? Because when he retires, you're going
to... He's a Hall of Famer, and no more Redskins, so when I'm 55, I'm selling those for God knows how much.
You're crazy.
I was down the shore. I'm like, Jose, check the prices right. I bought 9 of them.
Long-term, please.
Long-term, please. Yeah. So, all right, that's 2% of my wealth is in those jerseys. The rest is all crypto. if people want to know.
Go pay for your kids' college with those.
Exactly. Just one jersey alone.
Yeah.
But as you were saying?
They play. They got to stay away from markets that have NFL teams, I think.
Yeah.
It makes it a little bit like St. Louis got robbed with the Rams leaving. So they're hungry for an XFL. Yeah.
But dude, they had it right. Just COVID, they had it right completely. I watched it.
Yeah, it was going.
Again, they had the fan base, they had the players, the action was great.
Yeah.
They just got the uniforms are just different.
Yeah.
So it's hard for the fan to understand what's happening or absorb it.
I know
but
what you mean. Yeah.
it's very cool to watch. I'm excited. Again,
I'm interested to see what the pay will be like.
Yeah. And we were talking on our last podcast that football is on the up and up. Basketball's not. Mm-hmm. Baseball's not. They just had the deal. They're going to have the season. They barely made it. And UFC is skyrocketing right now.
Crazy.
So I think that with football, dude, it's gonna be great.
It's gonna do well. Yeah.
It's gonna do very, very good.
Yeah.
They'll just have to get the endorsements and the big beer companies and whatnot, which they eventually will. Yeah. Because the fan base is there. Who doesn't want to watch? Again, we're up here in New Jersey. MetLife this time of year is freezing.
Exactly.
So we're gonna be watching these games in June.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be very cool to watch.
Yeah, I think. Well, the season. So training camp starts January 2023, and the season starts February 2023. So but I think they go all throughout the spring and probably sometime in April. June.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah. Makes sense.
A lot of time to get ready.
Dude, a lot of time. You're funny.
Shoot.
Well, Nick, any questions?
I feel like we should give him a cliche question for all the little kids watching her.
You're hilarious.
I'm serious.
Let's give his number out to everybody.
Like Mike
911.
What would you say to a kid that's watching this?
What would I say to a kid?
Like a mentality to have throughout their football career to like be where you are.
Yeah, that's a great question. Pain is like weakness leaving the body. Yeah. A lot of the things so I had my freshman year of college, I had a strength coach. I love this man. One of the best coaches I've ever had. Justice Gaelic went on to be. He left after my freshman year because he went to be the New York Jets head strength coach he survived like 3 head coaches, which is
unheard of.
Yeah. But one thing he told me that I really internalized was, we don't eat for pleasure, we eat for performance. There's certain things that you really gotta internalize and just take on as a mentality. So, pain is weakness leaving the body. So when I'd be going through tough workouts and I would want to quit, I'm like, this is actually me getting stronger.
Yeah.
That's what this is.
Yeah.
We eat for pleasure. We eat for performance, not for pleasure. So, I may want that cheeseburger and fries, but do I want to be running for 100 yards for 6 consecutive games? Those are the choices we make. People there are a lot of people who are just genetic freaks, like Chad Ochocinco could eat McDonald's just go.
Yeah, crazy.
Right? Most of us have to maximize our genetic potential through right choices and things like that.
Without a doubt.
And always be learning, and that's in
closed
football.
mind doesn't grow.
Dude, I'm telling you.
And those playbooks don't get easier.
They don't.
I saw him, I'm like, oh.
Yes.
And for that reason, I'm out. Dude, these playbooks are insane.
Yeah.
Again, going back to the guy I'm working with now, he was telling me, they'll call a play.
Yeah.
They call back in week 2. It might be week 16. Mm-hmm. He's like, Eli called red 7. He's like, dude, we ran that play week 2.
Yeah.
And, we're just run it.
It's crazy, bro. And you have to, a lot of times, especially if you're undrafted, you got to learn those playbooks within 48, 72 hours.
Yeah.
If you get called, you got to
it's time.
Get it and go.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So.
That's good advice, though, for a younger kid coming up, without a doubt. Yeah. There's a lot of hard work.
For little Joey that's watching.
For little Joey.
Little Joey.
Yeah. But, dude, this is awesome. This is sick.
Yeah.
Dude, appreciate it. We got to do another one soon.
Yeah,
as crypto grows, we'll do more and more.
Yeah,
we'll do the crypto show.
We can do a crypto show from Tahiti when we're sitting
on
the Maldives. My wife and I are going on.
You guys were just in Panama City, too, right?
We're just in Panama.
We'll go there.
Yeah. Opening up our...
Tahiti, I don't know the infrastructure, but,
Panama, we can do it from our bank.
I love it.
Opening up
our own bank, the Monangai Bank.
All crypto deposits.
I love it. Thanks again.
Of course.
You're the man.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, Nick.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.